Well, welcome back everyone to Myth Speaker. In our last campaign session, not last campaign, last session, that's the word we want, we finished Dintolneon's funeral games. The grand, sort of near week-long celebration finally coming to its grand conclusion in the biggest actual just stomping of the competition that has been seen in years here in Bailax. What should have been a very close race for victory, and was between fourth, third, and second place, was completely demolished by the Drasticons coming in and absolutely cleaning house with a phenomenal performance over the course of multiple games and multiple days. When it came time for the award ceremony, there were lots of Dintolneon's equipment to be given to each of the participating teams, and as the victors, not only were you guys given glorious little wreath crowns to wear, but were also given first pick of the rewards, and you chose to start an olive farm
Yes.
because that's the best use of your stuff, and honestly, I'm here for it. Who cares about the fire things? Who cares about like the one good weapon? Olive oil and a self recreating olive tree is really the way to go here. And I could not be more proud of you guys as my players for choosing the near 10 gold pieces worth of olive oil as a reward. And of course, after the award ceremony, as everything, the games came to the conclusion, was the Moon Day ceremony, the spirits' send off, something that happens pretty much weekly here in Bailax. Perhaps happens elsewhere in Iblydos as well, but truly is an important Bailax tradition where the spirits of recently deceased are led by firelight to the ocean beyond Bailax, where they can pass on peacefully to the afterlife, hopefully reducing the number of violent undead that will be found around the islands. However, this send off that you all participated in, something went wrong with it. What was a beautiful procession, the crowd sort of softly encouraging the recently deceased onwards, flower petals being tossed on the road, messages being called out to loved ones to carry on into the afterlife. A screaming sound tearing through the air, and a massive flaming meteor just overhead, trailing angry red flames and seemingly perhaps crashing not too far away from Bailax itself. The sparks that fell from the meteor and its trailing flames fell upon the marching spirits and seemed to infuse them with some form of confusion and rage, causing them to lunge at the various bystanders, turning this beautiful ceremony into pandemonium and madness. Thankfully, you all, being as prepared and competent as you were able to placate a number of these spirits, including the spirit of Dintolneon himself, calming them down as this rage and ire flowed out of them. Eventually, the procession resumed its natural course, many of the spirits somewhat sheepishly looking, heading into the water to pass on, a good many escaping into the surrounding regions outside of Bailax, but perhaps that will be an issue for another day, or for other heroes to overcome. After all, you all have just won a set of games, and above all else, you all are visitors and guests here in Bailax of Terpsime, of the Philosopher's Council. There's not necessarily a need for you to get involved with the defense of the city if that is needed. The rogue spirits that have failed to move on because of this event, you all simply have an opportunity here to head home late as it is tonight and get some rest if you desire. Of course, if there are other things you wish to do here, you are more than welcome to do so. But what are we thinking?
Jericho, the flaming comet that we saw,
Mhm.
what direction was it headed? Was it headed deeper into the archipelago, or was it headed towards the coast?
It was heading into the archipelago, somewhat of a southwest direction.
Okay. So like towards Durac
Uh,
Duraxilus?
Doraxilus,
Duraxilus?
it could have
Yeah.
been in that direction. It was very much a south-southwest. So maybe more in the direction of Hoinpea than Doraxilus, but truthfully, moving at sonic speeds, you saw it streak above briefly, and then immediately had the undead to deal with, so perhaps a direct focus was a bit harder to achieve on it at that point in time.
Okay. Would Ton know off the top of his head, so if it, from his brief glance of it, headed southwest, meaning it came from the northeast, what is directly northeast geographically?
Medea, which is a nearby country on land.
Okay.
This was also extremely low for something like a shooting star. This, you could make a quick estimate, was maybe only about a mile overhead. The sparks fully rained down and did not dissipate anywhere in the air, but landed amongst the crowding spirits. So,
Did
Can I
any of
recall knowledge? Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Go
by
ahead.
all means. Go ahead.
did the sparks touch any of the living that we could see from where we are in the
Give
group?
me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, I was also going to ask if there are other
Uh,
Fortune
astrological
telling
occurrences
lore.
like that.
You can give me recall knowledge. You can give me, recall knowledge would probably fit best under this. Or I'd say
Jericho,
blind survival.
It says I have the lantern. Do I actually have the lantern?
No,
Oh,
because
like the
this
implement?
would
Okay.
not be the lantern only goes 30 feet. It's light. So, Cyrus, what are you doing?
Good question.
Well,
Not sure.
cool. You don't have to be doing much. You can just be chilling out, basking in the afterglow of this.
This is like right after we
Trying to find
fought
Laura.
those, right?
This is, yeah, right after you guys finished this fight. Multiple of you are actually quite injured still. Many of the spirits have either headed towards the water at this point or have scattered into the surrounding wilderness. People are confused, but seeing that this doesn't look like too much in the way of injury or anything has occurred, people are beginning to sort of clean up the scene, head back to the city. There is some slight fear, confusion, nerves on the faces of a lot of people, you notice. Weird things have been happening in Bailax or not happening that were supposed to happen over this last year. So this is just one more, perhaps, in a long string of very strange occurrences. Tan, you don't see any sparks having fallen amongst the crowd. At the very least, you don't see anyone acting strangely. nor did you as you were dealing with the undead. So either none fell amongst the crowd, no one was affected like the undead were, or uh, perhaps it just happened elsewhere. If it did, this was a long procession. You guys were kind of up near the front of it because you were sort of guests of honor based off of your performance.
Okay, do we see Lady Terpsime nearby, or is she with the rest of the Philosopher's Council?
She would be somewhere else in this.
Okay.
Probably at this point, already rushing back to Bailax to convene with other higher ups and make decisions, start figuring things out.
Bailax, I
Reyes. Sorry, I'm going to go over everyone else's roles here real quick.
Okay.
Reyes. It's an astrological phenomena. You've, seen shooting stars before. You've never seen them this close, but meteors are not necessarily a wholly extremely rare occurrence. You've definitely seen them overhead. You've heard stories about them. This was the closest one has ever been that you've seen or heard of, though. There is every likelihood, based off of its height, perhaps it landed somewhere in the archipelago. Perhaps it went farther out to sea. You're going off of some various stories, and it's a meteor. Scophos. Something about this whole thing to you is slightly strange. You're not sure if you can exactly put your finger on it at this moment in time, but there's a feeling that the sparks that fell perhaps did have some strange power to them. But that is not all to what happened. Something else was at play that perhaps the sparks just ignited.
Okay.
I'll say on your roll, Iblydos is a storied land of mythical powers. This would not be the first oddity that has stirred said powers around the land and created some form of new event or phenomena.
So the meteor interacted with Iblydos differently than it probably did elsewhere.
Most likely. That would be your best guess to this whole situation.
I think he'll wait to share that till we're back home.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we want to head back to Terpsime's estate? It is quite late at this point, or do we want to stay up for a little bit and do other things?
I mean, I'm assuming that the city guard is handling the people around, calming everyone down, making sure everyone gets home safely and all that.
Most certainly.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. Do we see any of our fellow wow, the word
Competitors?
just left me. Yeah, thank you. Competitors from the games?
There were some others nearby, especially those you had dinner with before this. However, perhaps because of the craziness of what just happened, when you're taking a quick look around, you don't see them anymore. Perhaps they've already headed back to town, because you guys at this point are kind of still standing there surveying as the people up front with you are already at the gates back in town, and the throngs of people who were further away are now approaching and bypassing you guys.
And I mean, I would turn to, Cyrus and Scophos, just be like, well, I don't think we're doing any much good here. Turns to Oreus. Back to the estate then, get some sleep, refresh for the morning.
Not the worst idea.
Jericho, you said that Terpsime probably, we thought maybe would have like gone to meet with the council or something concerning the
Perhaps.
strange events.
Yeah.
Do we have any do I have any idea of like if we like went to try to talk to them, are they very open or would they just be like fuck off, this is like closed business or something?
You guys would probably be turned away, at
Okay.
least right now. The Philosopher's Council really does make some decisions. The Drassicons are really the ones most in charge of day-to-day affairs, but at the end of the day, you guys are guests. Many of you very recently arrived in Bailax. Even if you've won some local fame and acclaim, none of you are public officials. So,
Yeah.
with
Yeah, we're
whatever's
not
going
hereabouts
on,
yet.
they're going to be like, let us figure this out, and you guys act like good citizens and just continue going about your day. If you really want, maybe like go see if other people need help with anything, but for now, let the people whose job it is to take care of things, would probably be how they would respond.
Don't they know we're adventurers? Like,
Bureaucracy.
No.
Woo!
I think we should go back.
Yeah.
Although if we're gonna go back, a race is probably gonna go slowly and look around for if there's any lingering spirits or anything odd that fell in the streets still.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys make your way back towards Terpsime's estate, sort of skirting around the Acropolis. This time, maybe not necessarily going directly through it. Head back to the estate where many of the servants are still up, welcoming you back. They do let you know that you just missed Terpsime. She was here maybe 4 or 5 minutes ago, but only gave a few instructions before heading out again. But she did specifically leave a message for you guys, which is that, once again, congratulations. Extraordinarily well done in the competition. You all represented Bailax so wonderfully. I could not have asked others to do better, I don't think. I'm probably going to be quite busy for the rest of the night, perhaps even through tomorrow, taking care, figuring out exactly what happened. But if none of you have other destinations you dearly need to get to, perhaps I could use your assistance in the coming days if you'll still be around. And that was the message she left for you.
He'll like take his Tetsubo off his shoulder and like plant it head first in the ground and rest his hands on it. Well, I don't have anywhere to be, and helping people is always a worthwhile venture, especially with what just happened. What do you all make of it?
If I don't help out, I'm unemployed, so might as well stay.
Um, Scoffus, Aureus, you two both seem to be more learned than myself. What do you make of that, air quotes, star that passed overhead?
There was power in the sparks.
It was certainly no normal comet.
But I feel like that the power in that spark wouldn't have done anything if it weren't for these lands.
Oh, so you're saying that
They interacted
whatever.
with the power of Iblydos in some way.
Speaking of the power of Iblydos, I mean, you three above table, you three are all from one of the islands, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Back in character. Speaking of the power of this place, is it the land itself that seems to give rise to the hero gods, or does it seem to be some personal act that the mortal does that ascends them to the realm of the gods?
Usually one of the Cyclopses we'll do some sort of ritual. I'm not familiar with it, but you can go. You used to be able to go to them and ask to have a ritual done, and then they would tell you of some quests or something to go do to
Ah, so
prove
it was
yourself. Yeah.
okay. So it was an act of something you had to do. It wasn't just given to you. You had to earn it.
Yeah, it was more of like a prophecy, if you will, I think. And I kind of turned to Scoffos. You're the person who knows more about this than I.
Maybe more of a hint of where to go to make it happen faster. If you
Yeah,
just
that.
stumbled into a situation where you proved yourself, you could probably gain power. I don't know for sure.
I wonder if other lands have cyclopses that do this as well?
Uh, from my home, Tianshot, the Cyclopses there are they're not nearly as polite or civilized as the ones here. And if they do have powers of prophecy, they're very selfish with them.
How common knowledge is Cyclops lore here? Like where they came from?
It would be in like common history tomes that like the ancient Golgan Empire existed, but the fact that a group of Cyclopses migrated to Iblydos and forewarned the people of these islands of the oncoming of Earthfall and helped them to prepare for it, that would be common historical understanding. Because it is because of that Cyclopses have enjoyed such entitled positions within society ever since. They have been instrumental to the original saving and then development of Iblydos ever since. Those myth-speaking rites, you guys have really, for your understanding, done a great job of explaining what your characters would know, because it's something to do with a like cyclopean prophecy and gaining mythic power upon completing said prophecy, but none of you really know the details of that. You have not
And none
gotten
of us are super old, so we wouldn't
right.
have any idea when it was a common practice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I would
you know.
explain the basic Cyclops lore. They saved us from Earthfall, blah blah blah.
A
And
certain Bailaxian native is also just an absolute dumbass, so...
you can't talk about Laura like that.
Oh, did Laura get hit by a spark?
No.
Yes, that's how they became a
Mythic
Beastmaster
Laura.
companion. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
They became more obedient when they got hit by the spark.
You'll just have to find them first.
True.
No, we're going to say Laura did not get hit by a spark, because problems would arise if Laura got hit by a spark. And I assume you don't want said problems.
Yeah, they'd start talking.
No other problems. Don't worry about it. You'll come into contact eventually. Okay. What was I originally going to say? Oh, right. With the myth speakings, the Cyclopses do. It's less that they're not commonly done anymore, and more that they fail so much more frequently since the beginnings of the Age of Lost Omens, these last 120-ish years, because prophecy the world over has begun to fail and become less reliable. The same has held true for these myth-speaking rites. So it's not to say the Cyclopses aren't trying and holding myth-speakings, but they just aren't working out. That's why Dintolneon failed to ascend to a hero god. He was like one of the people who's best believed could become one in this area, but the myth-speaking just wasn't accurate enough.
Has there been a known successful one in the last 100 years?
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
The oldest god or the youngest god is over 100 years old, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. More have died than have been born in recent years, which is so much why people believe the tradition of hero gods may fully die out at some point soon.
Do we think, or do I think that the comet was visible from my home island?
From Moran Faros, probably,
Okay.
considering its
request some
proximity with
paper.
Bailax.
Well, I have paper. I'm gonna write a letter again.
Sure. Yeah, send
the
another
homeowner of
letter
my
home.
house, explaining what happened with the comet.
Absolutely. Still no response to your previous letter, but you scribe up a quick mention of the comment, send it off to see what they might have to say about it themselves. And eventually, you all head to rest for the evening. Everyone may go ahead and take their long rest here. Heal up to full if they are not otherwise, because there would certainly be medical supplies here that could be used to heal you as well. So do feel free to heal fully on top of taking your long rest.
Does Terpsime's
Okay.
house have room for an olive tree?
There are many outdoor areas and gardens. You could have certainly planted an olive tree either last night or fresh in the morning if you would like.
Last night. I think
Yeah.
he'd sleep under it too.
One of the servants is going to be very confused. Like the gardener that's on staff might like go out to enjoy the evening air and see a tree that was not there earlier today and find you sleeping under it. And probably not bother you about it, but just be horribly confused.
I'll offer him an olive. If you haven't had
forget-
dinner tonight, it'll fill you up completely.
I've already eaten. Is this a permanent arrangement?
Well, the olives will stop being magical tomorrow, but the tree will remain, and you can have olives.
Oh,
Terpsime can have olives when he needs them.
all right. Kind of an open area. Didn't really, the tree's kind of breaking the horizon line at this point, but we'll make it work. You're not going to create more olive trees here, are you?
No,
Okay. Can
Don't
you?
forget to cut the branch.
it'll fall off, I think, right?
Yeah, it falls off around when you wake up. You'd probably wake up with it like on your chest.
Hey, it's a great alarm
Smacks him in the
clock.
face and wakes him up, yeah.
Right. It's your alarm clock for 8 hours of rest is an olive branch falling on you. It's a great magical way of doing it. Wonderful. Well, you guys, I'll say this. You've got about a day before Terpsime, the Philosopher's Council, the Drassicons, come to initial conclusions and make any announcements or so. So if there's anything you would like to do with sort of a day of downtime here in Bailax, you are more than welcome to do so.
Did we need to buy a healer's toolkit? I feel like I remember we talked about last session. We were
Yes.
like, wait, we don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wanted to go out and pick up a healer's toolkit, you are more than welcome to. I will also say this, for those of you using monster part equipment, between the air elemental parts, the octopus parts, and the reef claw parts, you guys would theoretically have enough to level up one of your weapons to level 2. You need 35 gold's worth of theoretically equivalent monster parts, but I'd make the air elemental parts work. So, if you guys wanted to use some of those parts to improve someone's weapon to level 2, or perhaps even do an imbuing of a weapon to get a level 1 effect, that could certainly be done.
Now, level 2 just gives it the +1, correct?
Yes, it would effectively make it a +1. Right now, your equipment is technically level 0. You could put 20 gold worth of stuff to make it level 1, and 35 total gold would make it equivalent to level 2. So,
All right, you guys want to roll off to see who gets the first one?
Did you have any plans with like effects from it though, like a electricity rune or whatever the heck the effects could be?
I was just more, hey, let's get the weapons to, +1 striking, and then we'll worry about the
Okay.
imbuements.
the imbuements do fun things depending on the route you're going. So, like, the air elemental parts could certainly imbue with electricity, and you could choose, like, if you chose it to be a magic-focused imbuement, it would potentially go down the route of granting you a few spells with the weapon starting at 2nd level. If you go down the path of might, that starts just boosting damage at around 4th level, and technique makes your weapons deal like persistent damage of that type, starting at around 4th level. So, +1 striking, 4th level is really when you guys can imagine would be a solid point to start branching out. But if you want a little bit of magic, only really need to get it to like level 2 to start getting a cantrip of a fun type.
Well, I'm a barbarian, so magic's kind of a no-go for me.
That's because you're lame.
No, it's because I'm awesome.
So,
At best, I'd like to eventually get poisonous stuff on my weapon, but
Okay.
like,
yeah, that's a good
That's-
thing I should have said for those of you who are doing monster part stuff. If you've got ideas of what sort of things you would like, do feel free to send it over to me so I can make some plans and make sure that would certainly become an availability.
Jericho, I haven't read the entire book with the monster crafting in it, but is sonic damage one of them you can go down?
Off the top of my head, no. Might be, but I don't think
right.
so.
It is.
Is Sonic?
It
Oh, it
is?
is. You're right.
I
It
think
is.
so, yeah.
It does not have a magic version. It's only miter technique, but it is an option. You need to find
Well-
monsters that can deal sonic damage, which, good luck.
Yeah, I
but
know, right?
You guys think on if you want to turn some of those monster parts into making someone's weapon a +1 striking. Because, like, realistically, the air elemental parts, you could probably find someone to trade for bones of other creatures at a 1-to-1 without much issue to make a general improvement. So,
Yeah, I'm okay with rolling for it, or I don't know.
Can you cast
Or
runic
telling
weapon
me
on
to
these
just have it.
things, or do you need runic body?
a runic weapon could be cast on these.
All right, you just want to roll a D100 and see who gets the highest?
Runic body would be very funny, considering it's like, oh, it's made of monster parts, so it's a monster's
Actually,
body,
yeah.
right?
Actually, just roll a D20, and whoever gets the highest gets it.
I will abstain. It's just much you guys.
Oh.
Aaron, what about you? Oh,
I guess
Oh, looks like it's you.
Ton is getting it. So, do you guys have a preference? Do you want to go through like all of the octopus and reef claw parts and minimum of air elemental parts?
yeah, that sounds
Okay.
like a good idea.
Cool. Then that goes down to about 7 gold's worth of air elemental parts, and you may set the level of your weapon to 2 and give it a +1 rune. Queek.
Okay.
You should know how to do that. If
Is
you don't, I'm going to
on-
laugh at you.
I know how to give it runes. Where's its? Oh, there's the level right there.
In the top
Item
right
level.
where it says level,
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say level; it just says item.
because it's item level. Anyway, what were you about to ask, Arias?
Oh no, I was just gonna say is is Ton like going into a market or a blacksmith and finding someone to do this, or is he like
This is mostly you guys
fashioning
are
stuff onto
doing it in the
his weapon?
morning. You could certainly find a smith if you want, but monster crafting is kind of assumed you guys are the ones fashioning them yourselves. And I'd say Ton, especially considering the archetype you've taken, you find you perchance have a knack for working with the byproducts of monsters. But generally, with about a day of downtime, is there anything individuals would like to do?
No.
Investigate what strange things people witnessed last night.
Sure, if you want to spend some time gathering information, you're welcome to do that. It's one day. Anyone who wants to would be welcome to find a part-time job and do some earn income. If you just want to rest and relax, you're also welcome to do that.
Eat
Truly.
olives for 8 hours.
Well,
If you want to go
I'm
to a
just saying,
library and
sir.
start learning how to olive farm, you are welcome to do that as well.
Jericho, could I go down to the docks and get some temporary work working there, and maybe do a little bit of, hey, last night was kind of weird. What do you think? You ever heard of something like that? That kind of deal as I work. Schmooze with the common folk as I work.
Sure. I'd say if you're doing that whilst working, the DC is going to increase to gather information, but you certainly may. If you want to earn income at the docks, you are more than welcome to. We'll call that a athletics, perhaps, to move and shake. And Bailax itself, I believe, is a 7th level settlement. Working at the docks, we'll say, is up to a 3rd level activity. Your choice of what level, 1 to 3.
Where's the earn income thing?
If you
I
go
don't have
to
it on
the
the bar.
Compendium Packs tab of Foundry, which is the closed book, you can search earn income there. And you want the macro that looks like stacks of gold coins.
Got it.
I really need to become trained in diplomacy, huh?
It's a little hard to talk to people. Also, make sure you go to full health, Arias. Long rests do not inherently put you at max.
There we go.
I'm gonna go buy a healer's kit, but I'm gonna need to borrow some money from some people.
Certainly.
I do
How
not
much
have
is a
5
healer's?
gold. It's 5 gold, I think.
Yes,
How
5
much do
gold.
you have?
Oh, I can.
Got 3 gold, 11 silver, so 4 gold.
If you guys want to sell some of the olive oil, each bottle is worth 3 gold.
We have how many bottles?
You have 3 bottles of exceptional olive oil.
Oh, we don't want to sell that. That's for a
I
special
should keep
occasion.
at least one.
All right.
Wait, we have to gift one to Terpsime for housing
Yeah,
us.
for
That's what
housing
the
us
olive
in
tree
peace.
was for.
That's true. There is a tree.
Christmas gonna
Jericho,
come back and be like, "What the fuck did you guys do to my house?"
Ruin
Yeah.
my landscaping plans.
That was the gardener crying last night because all their hard work, there's just a fucking tree in the middle of it now. And they're going to
Jericho,
feel
I'll
bad if
send
they
my
cut it
earn-
down. Yes, Ton?
I'll set my earn income to level 2.
Cool. It's only 1 day of work.
All right. Yeah.
Scalfos, I can go with you to buy that when I gather information, and I can give you like 3 gold for it for the kit.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, we can keep our eyes out for a smoky cat.
Oh, true.
Keeping an eye out for the Elenang
Arias'
still.
attention span has already lost sight of that after what happened yesterday. No.
All right. Ton, you earn 3 silver. Arias and Scophos, the 2 of you head out. You pick up a healer's toolkit. And if you'd like to gather information, you are more than welcome to do so. Or if there are other things you would like to do.
That is... Oh, is that in that?
I'd even say, hell, if you want to spend the day trying to search out for this Elenanx, whether you're going to try and fight it or just report it, you're welcome to do that as well.
Like, we can I make both checks or just pick one of them?
If you want to do both, the DCs are going to rise because the idea is you're spending less time on doing each. If you want to focus on just one, it's going to be lowest DC. But if you want to do 2 separate rolls for 2 different things, you certainly may.
Healer's toolkit acquired.
Huzzah!
I'll do whatever Arrayus wants today. I'm not gonna.
Do you want to do the talking about what happened or the gathering of information?
Sure, I can do that.
And I will look for that.
Gather information.
Wait, and would that just be perception for
That
the
would just be
audience,
perception if you're
or-
going to be searching for it throughout the day.
Okay. Now, can the lantern help with that?
It only helps against creatures that are within 30 feet. I'll say go for it. Turn it on.
It helps you find traps, environmental hazards, haunts, and secrets. So, I mean, this is not like a trap or a secret door, but
It might be a trap. Who knows?
oh great. This is a haunt.
I will say gather information DC we're going to set at 16. Elenank's perception DC we're going to set at 21.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I don't think I have
That's a
anything
long
that
shot.
can give me any bonuses to this. So here we go.
All good. Fantastic. That's a success for Scophos. Arrayus, unfortunately, despite your best efforts throughout the day, there's a reason this fey cat has yet to be taken down. Even to your quite strong vision, it remains elusive. Scophos, as you spend the better part of the day just asking people their own opinions, what... Fuck off, Nat. Just landed on my nose.
He's
Still
a
trying to
friend.
land on my nose. Fuck off.
He's a
Asking
friend, he's
people...
tired. Why are you being mean to him?
Because I'm a hater. Spending the day chatting with people, asking about their experiences, what they saw, what their thoughts on the matter are. Are there specific things you would like to ask to people? Or are you just getting general vibes and information?
Is there a particular thing you wanted to know, Horace?
Just if people witnessed, like, were there a lot of the attacks like we witnessed where there were hostile spirits, and if anyone saw any of the sparks, like anything physical, like, oh, a piece of the meteor landed here, or things like that.
Okay, yeah, I would ask then about the sparks, if they saw where they hit,
Yeah.
whether there were other attacks elsewhere in the city, that kind of thing.
Chatting with a lot of different people, it does not seem like there were other attacks. It really was the procession of spirits that got humongously disrupted. And it wasn't just the undead you guys fought. Numerous spirits throughout the entire procession became affected. And so the guards actually stepped in and had their hands full as well, taking care of the situation elsewhere across the whole procession while you guys sort of took care of the small area where you were. It doesn't seem like it's happened like there were any attacks. Some people do mention seeing sparks fall elsewhere in the city and sort of expecting like maybe a building here or there to catch on fire, and some terror about that, but it doesn't seem like any lasting damage has occurred. You get the sense a lot of people are shaken by what happened. There's a number of people who believe this is an omen of ill portent, especially since the Phoenix never came last year to reignite itself. People believe that this is sign of perhaps tragedy to come, and there's a lot of people who are shaken and scared, and then a number of people are sort of on the opposite spectrum, becoming a bit more irritable, becoming a bit more generally frustrated by the situation, very much, why does this shit gotta happen to us? Like, why couldn't it have happened to one of the other city-states, huh? Why are we inviting the problems in over here? So, some general irritability as well as fright and nerve. Tensions are high, would basically be the best way to describe it. But it doesn't look like there were any major active problems that occurred.
Okay. So yeah, I'd tell Arias that, but then I'd also just be like, this group of sailors came into Rianferos when I was a kid. They were from Alkenstar or something.
So sorry.
They would describe this as a powder keg.
Well, would I know what that is?
Give me a recon knowledge.
Do they have gunpowder? Like, Arias has only ever lived or met people mostly from Iblydos. Do they have gunpowder?
Yeah.
I would say my character doesn't even know what gunpowder is. He just they've used that phrase
powder keg.
Yeah.
For a
volcano that has, I don't know.
That's your closest attribution would be a volcano, Arias. You might have seen, like, in one gladiatorial match, someone use a flintlock, and you had no clue what it was, and you just kind of assumed it was magic.
True.
But you asked them about it, still don't really know what it was, and you've got some residue, probably in one of your pockets, just in case. Maybe a creature's weak to it. You gotta have a little bit of everything. But truly, it's one of those things that you've got a small little vial of black powder that you were told it explodes, and you're like, cool, this might come in handy. I have no clue what this actually is, though.
That is a dangerous thing to have and not know how it works.
Yep. Especially next to your lantern.
Welcome to the
character. It's stored in the same place as the lantern and the lantern oil.
Yep.
Thankfully, none of those sparks hit you.
Crispy Arias
explodes out of nowhere.
Oh, I dropped my black powder next to that Elanax.
Yeah.
Strange.
Oh God.
But no sign of the Elanax.
Yeah.
I think my lantern is broken or something. It's just not working.
Maybe it's because you're putting oil in it.
Maybe they were lying. Maybe they were lying to us, and maybe the Elanax is not actually here. I don't know.
People are ready to riot, is what I'm saying.
Nah, God had a picture of it, therefore it exists.
Maybe not like that close to rioting, but definitely on edge. Cyrus, what do you want to do today?
I was gonna keep gathering information about the ocean creatures, especially considering we got attacked by one in one of our games.
By all means.
And it is the most likely of Cyrus's abilities to interests to be.
Yep.
Hello to you. Blind.
Of course, you would be, if you were asked, someone who is quite familiar with what black powder is, considering you have probably shipped or smuggled it on multiple occasions.
I have used it.
Cyrus has
there was a part of Jericho, there was a part of me that was going to ask you if I could take a flintlock on Cyrus, and we were going to go full pirate.
I'd allow it.
True, but
Level
I'm doing
4 pirate dedication.
Warrior. I'm using dual weapon warrior though, so
lame.
Yeah.
But you're using cool weapons, so I can't judge too harshly.
Exactly.
Give me that gather information.
Firearm. That sounds cool.
You get the
Honestly,
gunner's bandolier that just lets you draw.
It might not be a bad idea to just have it as a backup.
Yeah.
In case I need a ranged weapon.
Because really, who keeps a hand crossbow loaded on their person at any given time? That's a bad idea. Keeping a gun loaded, that's a great idea.
Right.
Cyrus, spending the better part of the day sort of down in the dock region as well, where Ton is sort of doing some work. You probably see him a couple times working, but you focus on talking to people. You meet up with a few of your old contacts, but are mostly focused on recently arrived vessels, trying to catch some information on monsters out at sea. Nothing today in the vessels that come in either late last night or throughout the morning of sailors really mention anything of super big note. As I throw my dice on the floor because I don't have a dice tray. There is one very drunk guy you find who's like off to the side, leaning against some crates. Rest of the nearby sailors are working, and he's absolutely just observing with a flask in hand. And you strike up a conversation with him at one point. Ah, sea serpents you're looking for. Well, I mean, you didn't hear this from me, but ships have recently been sunk these last few days. There's rumors of some fully grown serpents in these waters. Some people are upset and claiming that Iblydos is a little more pissed off than usual and has been sending
What
some
is an
serpents.
Iblydos?
Iblydos, you guys have
Oh,
come
it's the
across
god,
this.
right?
Yes, the Tide Fang.
Yeah.
The hero god of reefs.
I
and
heard something
shipwrecks.
else. That's why I was like, I'm sorry, who?
Iblydos, you know, the Fang Tide or whatever. Fucking
Yeah.
cunt at the bottom of the sea that we throw money to. Yeah, rumor has it, you know, he's a little more crotchety than usual and has been sending out some big old water snakes and just causing problems. So a couple crews won't really say anything about it, but have come in with less cargo than they're supposed to, making an extra sacrifice or so. Don't tell them I said that. I still need this job.
I won't.
Any alcohol on you? I'm almost out here.
No, but I
Why
throw
am
him
I talking to you?
I throw him a little bit of money for.
Ooh. Oh, that's why I'm talking to you. Fantastic. Thanks, friend.
Always good to keep good relations, you know.
Yeah. Me and my flask, that's a great relationship right there. Very healthy.
There you go. See, you get it.
But you guys, between some work, some gathering information, all come back in the evening. And as you sit down for dinner back at Terpsime's estate, Terpsime herself actually arrives once more. Sort of nods at all of you. Definitely looks a bit tired. May not have actually gotten sleep yesterday. But, well, I know I haven't really spoken to you all in a few days now. Things have been, yes, busy, but congratulations once more on your conduct and victory in the funeral games. Truly impressive what you all did. How much long... I'm going to be blunt here, I apologize. I'm just not awake enough to not be otherwise. How long are you all planning to be in or around Bailax?
I'm unemployed. I cannot leave.
Right. You're
This is also where I'm from.
Todd kind of laughs. Well, I plan to be here months.
Oh. All right.
At least.
Yeah, until I find any information that requires me to go anywhere else.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, would you all be willing to lend a hand, so to speak? Not necessarily an official hiring, but aid.
Han kind of does this number. Sure.
I'll take an internship, sure.
That is a term, isn't it? I haven't used that in a while. Normally we call it like an apprenticeship these days, but how
Apprentices get
terminology evolves. Oh, they're supposed to?
Usually. I pay mine.
She
Well,
looks
if-
at one of the
if it's-
servants who just nods quietly. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I've paid them.
Well,
What-
I mean,
what
I'm
is,
just happy to.
Oh, go ahead.
Look, I need a place to live. I'm broke. I'll do whatever.
What is it that you need help with?
If you're willing and able, much appreciated, of course. We'll go into that bit more tomorrow with Sir Skorgamos, but well, the Drassicons and myself and a couple other members of the council actually are quite vocal about investigating what happened with this meteor, what happened last night, this meteorite that interrupted the send-off. We are pretty confident that it actually impacted somewhat nearby on Euphrae, so looking at putting together a small expedition to head over there and investigate the site. If you all could be so cajoled into joining this expedition, I'd be much appreciative.
Oh yes, Ton has a big grin on his face. I can definitely be cajoled into investigating that meteorite.
Wonderful.
I agree. Hey, above table,
Mhm.
that's where that last group of religious people was attacked, right?
That is where that last attack happened, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be like, I intended to go there at some point, anyway. So I would be happy to
Oh,
add meteor hunting to
it's
my list of tasks there.
a small island. It's certainly not, a number of people head there back and forth. It's out of the way, but not the worst, so people head there certainly multiple times on occasion. I'm speaking a lot. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Cyrus Reyes, how about the two of you? Cyrus, you said
Aye.
you need something to do, so I'm just going to assume.
Yeah, like I said, yes, that was my agreement before you even told me the job.
Wonderful.
I'm also very intrigued by what happened the other night, so I would. It would be great to be given the chance to try to find out what that was.
Myself quite lucky to have come to host individuals so willing, such as yourselves, as well as so competent. Your performance in the
Okay, let's
games.
not exaggerate a little bit here.
Okay, your performance at the games, barring the M4 roll, and maybe a little bit of the sailing, but on the other three games, you've proven yourselves great at eating. Speaking of which, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since dinner yesterday, and
Would you like a clam? I just pull a clam out of my pocket.
it's like 2 days old at this point. Why do you still have that?
Because it's funny.
Oh,
You're gonna
that's
create one of those
nasty.
months.
He's gonna look at the clam in your hand as like a server is bringing a plate of clams to the table, and she's gonna clock if it's from that tray or not, and see it as very much so not fresh. I think I'll have one of these clams. Thank you, though.
Fair enough. I throw it to Lauda.
Does Laura eat 2-day-old clams?
Lauda eats anything. Let's be real here.
Fair. Laura eats the clam,
Hey,
shell
what
and all. Well, you guys will have dinner here tonight and then probably tomorrow morning do a bit more of an actual briefing on what this is meant to be and perhaps set out. So, are there any last things you guys would like to do today?
Were we going to give one of the bottles of olive oil to Lady Terpsime in thanks for
Yeah.
housing us?
I'm
So,
open to that.
okay, so during the dinner, Ton will take out one of the exquisite bottles of olive oil they won and present it to Lady Terpsime. A thank you for housing us and showing us hospitality.
Oh, much appreciated. You don't have to do this. Hospitality is reward in and of itself. I would not ask anything of you all. I'm simply grateful that I'm able to provide post and hope to you. She will tactfully attempt to decline, but if you insist any further, she will certainly take it gratefully.
Well, Ton himself would insist because where he's from, when someone houses you free of charge, you definitely
You bring
give
a gift.
in return. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what better gift than one of Dantonio's own bottles of olive oil?
D'Antonio? Who the fuck is that?
He's
Am I
the
not
new
getting his-
Italian chef.
Yeah, the
Leon.
new Italian chef. What? I'm getting his. Okay, Jericho, what was his name?
Dintonian.
Dintolneon.
Dintonian, thank you.
Dantonio.
Dantonio. His name is
D'Antonio
Dantonio
rides
now.
tonight.
Hey, we're okay. I
He's
say
the new
correct-
Galtic chef in the area.
Works.
This is what I get for going to Italy.
Wonderful. Well, you guys give a gift of olive oil that Terpsime graciously accepts. And as she heads to bed tonight, her gardener and landscaper is going to inform her that she also has a new olive tree she didn't ask for, screwing up the landscaping, but she's just going to roll with it.
She's too details.
She's too tired. She's like, you take care of it. I need sleep. But on the morrow, after you guys wake up once more, do your preparations, you head with Terpsime up towards the Acropolis once more, to the sort of main courtyard of the Acropolis, following Terpsime, where you meet an elderly Cyclops, very sort of wrinkled flesh, a massive tattoo around Soul Eye that spreads into lines around their skull with some runes tattooed in between. Sort of loose-fitting tunic, golden bangles on the wrists, black goatee turning to gray at the edges. Truly phenomenal artwork I have for him.
Damn. Dude, lead singer of Kiss right there.
But this is Skorgamos, the head of the seers here in Bailax. But as you guys head up, Skorgamos stands up from his seat and heads over to each of you, puts out a hand to shake. Welcome, friends. Thank you for your quick action during the festival the other night. It's gracious to see that storied individuals as yourself could intervene in that matter so quickly.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, now that you're here, I'm sure Terpsime filled you in on the basics, but the shades are generally appeased. Even those who headed off into the wilderness aren't going to cause too many problems for us, but that meteorite that appeared at the same time the send-off was disrupted, I'm of the belief it spells trouble. The Weave of Fate has no coincidences in it, so would like to get your assistance in helming this matter, so to speak. Taking a look at it.
Of course, and what should we do if we find it? And we gonna bring it back?
Well, that's the mission itself, so to speak, is generally not just find what crashed there. Find what crashed there, investigate it, neutralize any threats that you might come across, but also just generally survey the entire island. Euphrae is not particularly big, so shouldn't take too terribly long. And we're not just sending yourselves, we're sending a full little expedition. Investigate it, get an understanding of it, but the investigation's going to be fully in charge of the expedition crew going there. So I assume once you all have a handle on what actually happened, what fell, you'll come to a decision on what to do from there, and then, come report what happened exactly.
Makes sense.
Fair enough.
So,
Another question, is there anyone
certainly.
who is Euphrae inhabited by like a village or anything, or
No, Euphrae hasn't been inhabited for a long, long time. Some people go there to visit, but it's one of those things where it's just out of the way enough that no one's really got a huge reason to go there. People go on occasion just 'cause. No one lives there or anything, though.
What
How
kind of
secretive
creatures
do we
were on
need
the
to be
island?
about this?
Sorry, Scophos, what were you saying?
I was saying, how secretive do we need to be about this?
Well, there's no need to be secretive. I mean, we've already arranged transportation for you. We've got a old local, the Tide Hunter, is in port right now, so they're gonna be in charge of ferrying you guys and taking care of the transportation and whatnot. But
Eric was the drunk guy.
no. And I'd actually say, if you want, Cyrus, give me a recall knowledge to see if you recognize the name the Tide Hunter.
Okay. Recall knowledge.
Yeah, you're aware of it. You're not the most societally knowledgeable, but you are knowledgeable of sailors.
That's an understatement.
And for a ship that has not changed name nor captain in the past 3 centuries,
Oh,
the Tide Hunter is well known to you. It is a merchant ship, primarily, that operates in Iblydos specifically, and you recognize the captain is a very long-lived elf by the name of Yasminai.
okay.
But has basically been like a mainstay of Bailax and other parts of Iblydos as a whole for centuries.
Understood.
So you hear that name and you're like, oh yeah, you might have met Yasminai before. I'll leave that to you to decide. You've at the very least heard of her.
Probably would have run into them at some point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For the question, we got a couple people volunteering that are each gonna lead an exploration team there. We'd like to send you all to be. I'd assume you all want to stick together, unless you've grown to hate yourselves over the course of these games, to be sort of 4th exploration team.
What kind of creatures and beasts are said to be on the island?
really shouldn't be many. But, I mean, local and storied flora and fauna might be there. Euphrae was, far as the records say, home to an ancient hero god some millennia ago and her followers. But they're long deceased, and the islands remain sort of just generally left alone since.
All right then. World-ending chipmunks it is.
Who are the other volunteers?
Well, he'll start like rattling off names. Many of them you don't recognize, but there are 3 names you guys recognize: Fel, Sapple, and Dikaios.
Okay.
It's not
Okay, I
Aki.
thought you were gonna say. I
Oh,
was
come
gonna say.
on.
No, it's not Aki.
Frickin'
Yeah.
bird with a temper.
Dikaios and Fel, who you guys are quite on good terms with, and Sapple as well, who was one of the contestants on that same team on the Pearl Chasers, but you guys didn't have too many interactions with. You knew he was maybe a mercenary of some sort, but the 3 of them have volunteered and will be leading the other expedition teams.
Very well.
Well, Tide Hunter's basically ready to go. Goal is to set off today, so if you've got any last-minute preparations you need to do, best get to it. Down at the bottom of the docks on South Slope will be where you find it. It's not too hard to miss the Tide Hunter, so they know you're coming. You sort of told them in advance you'd be willing to join, and glad you accepted. That's fate for you. But are there any questions, any further conversation, any preparations you guys would like to do before heading out for an expedition? A small expedition, but something that'll probably take numerous days before you return.
Scoffos, what happened on the island was, what I have written down is that there were people attacked by
Followers
humanoids
of,
with masks.
yeah, followers of the dark goddess. What is her name in this?
Ziaki,
Ziaki.
yeah, the matron of metamorphosis.
Okay.
The most recent of several attacks.
But that
Ooh, that's a
wasn't
badass
attacks by
fucking name.
it wasn't attacks by the Sedic thieves, like that was a different
I don't think
location.
so.
Like the sea creatures.
No, those are 2 different things, I think.
Okay.
They're pretty short, right? Sadactes.
Sadakis can be medium, but based off of information that was circulating between the churches, it was the hunters that you've dealt with. You're pretty confident, not Sadaktis.
Okay. I don't believe any of them are Sadacti.
I do love that the sacred animal of Ziaki is a hermit crab. Just makes me happy.
yeah.
It's so fitting for a goddess of change.
It's also funny because hermit crabs, you know how they have the one big claw and the one little one? They raise the big claw as if to say, "Come at me, bro."
Any other last things people would like to do before heading down to the docks?
Does everyone have a climbing kit?
No.
Okay, I've got one.
No.
One should be enough. Right, Jericho? We only need one?
Theoretically. Unless you guys are planning to split up. I
No,
wouldn't
no,
recommend
you
it.
never separate the party, yeah.
Yeah, this is Pathfinder. What are you talking about?
Splitting the party is how I how I kill you guys. All right. And not
I
to say
guess,
you
like,
will not be able to... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say on the way there, probably stop at our house, see if there's a letter. If not, just
Yeah.
head to the rocks.
Not today. Especially because it's like still morning. But
I figured it.
you would expect at the very least something to have arrived by the time you come back, and if not, that would be sign for concern.
Okay.
Because you're sort of already teetering on close to a week since you sent that letter. You sent it normally, so you should expect something in the next like 2 to 3 days back.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. What I was going to say, the Tidehunter does have like stores and a quartermaster, so you guys will have limited gear procurement through the Tidehunter while you are gone. Probably like common, non-magical stuff should be pretty easy to acquire. Things like magical equipment or whatnot, they're going to have limited stores for sale at the Tidehunter while you guys are gone.
Makes sense.
But heading down to the docks, the Tide Hunter, a beautiful vessel. I've got my description of it somewhere on here, and it's vanishing in front of me because I'm an idiot. Where are my notes on the Tide Hunter? Good God. There we go. I've got it. It is not quite a merchant vessel like you would normally see. It is actually a warship, a lighter warship, about 20 yard, relatively light. It's got a long, very sharp keel, but something designed for fast travel and fighting pirates as necessary.
Iris definitely knows them.
Oh, yeah. Not that they go out of their way to fight pirates, but they're geared to fight back. It's needed. You guys head down to the harbor, somewhere many of you have been multiple times at this point, so the swarming sailors are not too difficult to push through for yourselves. Supplies being hauled. At the far end, you see the Tide Hunter. There are crisp white, sort of fresh sails fluttering in the light breeze. It's 2 masts on the vessel. The oars sort of out at the moment, lining neatly down its sides. The figurehead on the prow of this ship is a beautifully carved owl, its head sort of facing the horizon. And there's a lot more owl carvings you notice as you approach, like decorating the railings and masts of the ship. They really like their owls, apparently.
Yeah.
But as you guys approach, you see a elven woman. Tall, bronze skin, with a red gem in her forehead, hair tied up in a long braid, sort of leaning against the deck. She's got a coppice slung through a sash at her waist, not even in a sheath, just hanging out, ready to draw and use as necessary. Sort of looks down at you all from the deck and shouts, "You're the ones I'm ferrying to you, Frey, I take it.
Yep.
Come on up. Just gotta move on if you want to arrive with some daylight."
Right. Ton will board the vessel.
And for reference, this is Yasminai. As you guys hop up onto the vessel and everyone gets ready, the Tide Hunter makes its way, turning from Bailax and out to sea. Yasminai offers to give you guys a quick little... I can show you around, introduce you to some of the other crew if you're interested. Gorgeous looking day, though. Water's calm, so if you're looking to get sweaty, more than welcome to join the crew, lend your back and pull an oars and the like.
On will he'll nod and oh yes, I will definitely join the crew.
You guys see, like, Thel, Sapple, and Dikaios off to the side, and the other people they've brought with them. They're all geared up for this expedition as well, and Thel is probably the first one to notice, smiling and waving over at you guys. As Dikaios gives you guys a grin as well, and Sapple just sort of a somber nod. But Yasminite takes you around and introduces you to some of the other main individuals on the Tidehunters crew that might be important to know. First off being the ship's navigator, who is Econo Coral. Been at the ship for quite some time. He introduces himself. Very, fairly genial, sort of older gentleman. The ship's quartermaster, who goes by the name Cyrenaique, is an Undine. But once you know, strict schedule to keep. Got some supplies, so if you're looking to trade either things you've got on you or find need to sell, more than welcome. I've got some things here I can sell, or we do operate on a bit of a bartering system as well, if you are in need of it. And, of course, the ship's carpenter, who definitely the most unique individual, is a Steno, but goes by the name Vacloya.
What is she again?
A Steno. They're
What is
snake-haired
that?
people.
So okay, so they're not related to the Medusae.
They resemble Medusae, but they do not have an innate ability to turn you to stone. No. They just have a certain number of living snakes in their hair, and they have the innate ability to communicate with snakes.
God, Ton, you can't just ask people that.
Oh.
Hey, Cyrus, remember, I'm not from here, okay? Everything is new to me.
We'll bring us back to
This
the
tourist thinks the Steno can actually turn him to stone. Tourist.
Oh, that was like you saw him, his like fur on the back of his neck just stood straight up.
Yeah. And she'll like look over, like one of the snakes will look over when this happens, and will then, you notice, like turn and whisper into her ear, and she'll look over at you. Oh, you don't have to worry about turning to stone or anything of the like. That's, I'm not a Medusa, just resembling one. I'm perfectly harmless, as long as you don't get in the way of my hammer.
Tom gives like a thumbs up and he's like, good to know, good to know. My apologies for the mistake.
It's all good. I understand. It's not uncommon for travelers from outside the region to be like that. Strapping. Would you mind helping me with something later? That requires a bit of back muscle to hold together while I hammer the last 2 nails in place.
Sure.
Wonderful. She's building a ballista below deck
Oh, hell yeah.
that she'll ask for help putting together.
Oh yeah, Ton will
Foreshadowing
definitely
is
help
a
her.
literary element.
A full inventor who is just using whatever extra supplies the ship has to make weird things. But as you guys set out on this journey out from Bailax, for the first time in about a week since you've arrived out onto open ocean, I'll ask you guys to think. The journey's probably only about half a day or so. But if there are things you would like to do during that time, be that getting to know anyone in particular or helping out with the crew, think on that. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we will journey to Euphrae. So, stand up, stretch,
Jericho.
grab some water. I'll see you in a few. What do you want?
Realistically, Cyrus probably worked on this ship, if anything. If it's a warship.
Yeah. It's built as a warship, but it is a trading vessel, and it has been a
Fair.
trading vessel.
They've been a sailor since they were young.
Yeah.
To be fair.
If you want to say you have sailed on the Tidehunter for some time, more than happy to agree to that.
Oh, I left my camera on. Okay.
Your dog was
Yes.
adorable.
Yes, they're the cutest thing in the world.
All right. Well, welcome back. You guys have about a half a day's journey ahead of you towards the small, uninhabited island of Euphrae. What, if anything, would people like to do during the journey over? You've got some time.
I'm gonna go help the not Medusae with her project, and then after that, I'm going to busy myself being a temporary member of the crew, if that's possible.
When you volunteer to help Vicloia, she's going to keep you there the whole time.
Okay.
Both helping put things together and helping test things, as much as you're willing to do so.
Oh, well, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's do this.
Which half of the testing things means, like, put on this heavy apron, these gloves, and this mask. Hold this, and hope it doesn't blow up. We're going to find out if it works.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. This is so up Ton's alley.
It actually does not frequently blow up. Most of her stuff seems to work. But you
I think
spent...
Scoffos is just gonna watch the water. Like, we've heard about sea serpents,
Yeah.
ships being attacked. I think he's just like very worried about that.
All right. Give me a perception check then. Perception or survival?
Which one is better?
They are the same.
Nice. And I will say the DC for these are going to be the same, 16.
Okay, I'll just roll perception.
Very nice. Fantastic. You're keeping an eye out for things. Nothing's going to happen, I promise. I actually don't promise.
Considering someone's building
I rolled the nat one.
You rolled a nat one.
Considering someone's building a ballista, as I said, foreshadowing is a literary element.
It's for the return journey. Wouldn't do anything on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Iris and Arias, what, if anything, would the two of you like to do on this journey over?
Helping out with the ship.
Sure. Yeah, you just want to help row?
Yeah, just help
Yeah.
make things run smoothly.
You definitely come across a few people who you used to sail with. For those of you who stepped away at the beginning of the break, we did determine Cyrus perhaps sailed on the Tidehunter at some point in their past. So you recognize a few people. Many others have gone on to do their own things, either retired or moved on to other ships as well. So there's maybe only 3 or 4 people that you previously sailed with who would certainly strike up conversation, ask how you're doing, how things are going, and probably just keep you chatting the whole time.
Yeah.
Anytime you say poorly, one of them will mention, well, why don't you come back and sail with the Tidehunter again? We had openings.
It's free having my own ship.
Fair enough. Not nearly as chaotic, I imagine, charting your courses, unless you didn't get that from Yasmin, did you? You're a bit safer, aren't you?
Well, considering I sail to other nations as well, not just Iblydos, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, good. Nekano taught you well. I was afraid you were charting crazy-ass courses like the captain. No, please don't.
Oh no, that's what I meant.
Oh, you are? Lords almighty. Where did we go wrong?
She taught me well.
Ekino needs to stick more when teaching. Ekino, you know this, being the ship's navigator, Yasminai has a penchant for chaos and taking risks. As much as Ekino tries to get her to not take nearly as risky courses through the sea, she is just as frequently to not listen as she is to listen.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like Cyrus probably learned that.
Delightful. Arias, what would you like to do during the journey over?
Would Cyrus have told us about the stuff she learned from the drunk guy at the docks the other day?
Yes.
Okay, then I think I will talk to Yasmine about any recent ship attacks or anything like that, large creatures that they've seen.
I mean, we see serpents, we see sea serpents, we see serpents every now and then. Wouldn't necessarily say we see them more than usual, but these waters aren't the safest to travel in the first place. People do the crossing every year. It, of course, seems safer because a lot of vessels coming through makes it a little bit, some of the larger beasties like to hide a bit deeper, but I mean, you're from around here, I gather. Soul vessels aren't the safest to be on.
Do you think that the Tide Fang has been particularly angry the last few months, particularly vengeful?
I think the Tide Fang sucks ass every day. I wouldn't claim to know that they're got an extra stick up their ass than usual.
You just hear Cyrus start fucking bursting out laughing from the distance, like just overhearing that one line, no other context.
If Todd were to hear this, he'd be so shocked. Like, you talk about your gods like that?
Absolutely, yes.
As this conversation is going on, Scophos, you notice the weather begin to turn somewhat quickly, almost what you would consider unreasonably. Having spent much time at lighthouses before, you've seen squalls and storms over the ocean kick up. This one seems especially rapid. At this moment in time, immediately sheets of rain begin to cascade down, lightning snaking through the sky. Go ahead.
Storm!
As you call this out, and Yasminai looks up, this is like just after the sticks up the ass comment. She looks up at the sky and gets a slight look of confusion on her face, a bit of a frown. And I need everyone to give me a reflex save as something hits the ship from underwater and causes the entire vessel to lurch.
Like I said, foreshadowing is a literary element. Someone rolled in that one.
Arias not taking the nat 1. Okay, fair enough.
I do not want to fall off the ship, so
Cyrus,
I'm sorry, Tide Fang.
You bend over laughing at the statement that was made, so you almost drown out.
This is the biggest reason I am not re-rolling it, is because it would have made sense.
You almost drown out Scophos yelling Storm, and since you're like pitching back and forth laughing, a good old belly laugh, oars in one hand, as something strikes the ship. The oar you're holding onto is thrown into your chest, slamming you
Ow.
backwards and off of your rowing bench, down onto the ground.
Ow.
You are knocked prone and you take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Sounds good.
I think the Tide Fang heard ya.
Tide Fang can eat shit, Tide Fang. As she says that, the surface of the water next to the ship breaches as a massive head comes out, elongated, serpentine, flaring nostrils as water slides down. A gaping maw full of jagged teeth opens. A full-blown adult sea serpent right next to your vessel, which sea serpents in general have fantastic art, so I'm just going to go with the general art to share with you guys for reference of the sort of creature that is surfacing next to you. Anyone who sails these waters knows an adult sea serpent like this is not something to be fought. It is something to be fled from. As Yasminai calls out, "All hands, take up positions. We've got some exciting weather afoot."
Oh, God.
As splinters fly from the ship, as those of you on the oars regain your positions and begin maneuvering the ship to veer away from the serpent's teeth as it opens up and strikes at you. Hold on to something, everyone. It's about to get choppy. Yasminai rushes to the helm to take control. This is an all-hands-on-deck, storm-rushing, sea serpent biting. We got to work to get out of this. What are people going to do? I've got a couple general things people can do to help weather this storm, but if you've got your own ideas and things you want to do as well, you're more than welcome to.
I hear yours first, Jericho.
Yeah, certainly. There's going to be multiple phases, so everyone's going to basically do 3 actions here. Certain ones would be like, you can start securing supplies, shielding things from damage, because the ship only has a certain amount of supplies and rations for what will be likely an extended exploration. So making sure you don't lose things or get them damaged could perhaps be like athletics, crafting for general. There's a massive sea serpent. For those of you good at nature or even deception, you could perhaps try and distract or somewhat placate this massive sea serpent. I'd say you could try religion if you think the Tide Fang is butthurt right now, and want to try that. You could, just aid Yasminai in orders around the vessel, because she's occupied at the helm right now, so diplomacy, intimidation to help just keep order and command structure. If you're sailing and you're just working on either the masts or the sails or the rowing, something like acrobatics or athletics, or if you want to help navigate just the storm itself, find a path through, perception, survival. Pretty much any skill can be used depending on what you want to do, but also if you have your own ideas, by all means. And I would also say, generally sailing lore would work too if you've got that, but that's the basic bitch roll if you don't have something zesty to do.
Could I use legendary beast lore to distract it?
Sure, yeah. Sea serpents themselves have many legends about them, especially when it comes to dealing with the Tide Fang. I'd certainly allow legendary beast lore to help sort of know the size and how a sea serpent like this would move underwater to help the ship avoid what might be just below the surface, a tail or portion of the body ready to knock the ship up into the sky. I'd allow that.
That's what I'll do for my first action then.
Sounds good.
All right.
I will try to help. You said people are. I guess I'll try to help row.
Sure.
And provide more.
Yeah, by all
power
means.
to that.
I'd also say you guys are welcome to do your own rolls on these. You're also welcome to aid others. Actually, no, I do need everyone to make their own check on this because this is not a matter of gaining a certain number of victory points. It's a matter of not losing a certain number of victory points.
This new.
It's
Jericho.
diminishing victory points, effectively.
Gotcha.
Yes, Cyrus.
Would I be able to help issue commands using sailing lore?
Certainly. Yeah, you've
Okay.
you've been on the Tidefang. The ship hasn't changed that much in the years. It's 14 fails, Arias.
That's definitely a failure.
9 certainly fails, Cyrus.
Is the sea
19's a
serpent-
lot better.
Is the sea serpent within 30 feet of the
Oh
ship?
no, Arias.
The sea serpent certainly
Second
is
one.
within 30 feet. It's all around within 30 feet.
This is probably not going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Ill omen, nice.
He's going to definitely pass save, but there's a nat 1 on every
Uh,
die.
There is a nat 1. If we're objectively going with a adult sea serpent, that is a 12th level creature. So instead of having it make a save, which even on a nat 1 would be a success into a failure, I think what I'm going to ask you to do is give me religion or nature, whatever your main magic skill is, and we're going to combine your roll to see how effective the spell is. Take a +2 circumstance bonus on it for casting a spell.
All right. +2.
Arias, unfortunately, the nat 1 does turn your roll into a failure. Not a crit fail, because that is a success, but it is a failure.
Oh, well.
Hot damn, Scoffo.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay. Then
Damn.
in the first round, spell from Scoffos slings out. It's a massive creature. Such a big target to cast a spell at. Cyrus, you immediately sort of fall back into almost a bosun role on the ship, helping just relay commands, keep everyone on track of things, doing a phenomenal job, even though you sort of have to take a moment to stand up, your chest caved in slightly from the oar, but get back to things and start issuing commands. Laura at your side. Ton working with Scoffos, the two of you begin figuring out the actual scale of this serpent, which, by your estimate, how the seas are frothing and churning, perhaps somewhere around 200 feet long.
Oh, this is the mama of all sea serpents.
No, that's about average size for a sea serpent in these waters, for an adult one at least.
Oh, never mind. Okay, this is the
They're
normal
big.
one.
But using a bit of magic, you get the teeth that were about to tear into the mast and sail and rip it asunder. The entire creature sort of, its head jolts backwards slightly. Perhaps something, a splinter, something lucky on your part, or something incredibly unlucky on its part, striking its open eye and cause it to reel backwards, roaring out in pain as the ship continues to sail on. However, another blow from underneath causes the ship to lurch at this point, definitely damage under the waterline. The ship's still in pretty good condition, but its definitely if this goes on for too long, you're going to either lose a lot of supplies or maybe not even make it safely to you for A. We're moving into the second round of rolls. What do people want to do?
I will secure supplies. We don't need to be losing those.
Okay.
Alright, so it's athletics.
That is athletics or crafting.
Athletics is better for me.
Fantastic. 14 is a failure on this,
Alright, I'm gonna re-roll that.
unfortunately.
I think the first time Arias came to sit down, she kind of just fumbled and kept dropping the ore because while she was talking a big game, the sight of the actual sea serpent was crazy.
Right.
But she is going to steady her hands and try again to help row.
Go for it.
And no, you're fucking kidding.
Arias.
Oh my god.
Arias is shell-shocked, I can imagine, right now.
I think the player's shell-shocked too.
I literally am.
Thank God for the plus 10.
Jericho, this new calendar module is not funny.
Oh!
Yikes.
Oh,
Jericho, I think I
Regular
ate Aaron's
success.
rolls on Wednesday.
It's so bad.
you should
Yeah.
have seen him in Wardens, okay? You should have seen him in Wardens. It was
My
pretty
rolls
good.
in Wardens yesterday
Really?
were a little bit disgusting, but as Cyrus was mentioning, the rolls in Spore were on the player side of things were actually horrifying me as a GM.
Three
They were
crit
so
successes
absurdly
on my
good.
end in a row.
3
Yeah,
like
God.
nat 20s or just
Ye-
crit
Nat
success?
20, Nat 19, and Nat 18. And Jericho
Damn.
against
cried.
Jericho's boss.
I cried a little bit inside and outside.
Wait, what
it
were
was
the
very
were these?
it was
crits
very
success on
fun to get a
attack
crit
rolls?
success on a crash down as an exemplar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We got a crit success from Ton here. We got a success from Arias. Cyrus and Scophos, what are you two doing this round?
Probably still giving out orders.
Coward. It's fine.
What?
I was gonna call you
It's
out
the
on
most
not
natural
doing
thing.
something new, but Arias already did the same thing again, so that'd make me a hypocrite.
What were the options again? Sorry.
You can do a lot. You can try and batten down supplies with athletics or crafting. You can do athletics or acrobatics to help maneuver the ship. Perception or survival to just help navigate. Diplomacy or intimidation to help command the crew. Or something like deception or nature to calm the serpent. Or, again, any ideas you've got, you are welcome to go for.
You know what? Because it's really funny. I want to try and deceive the serpent.
You want to try and deceive the serpent? Okay. Convince
don't
it
think I
Lauda
heard
as its
it.
mom.
I don't think I heard the
Yes.
insult of the god, so
That would
Hmm.
if
Probably
this
not.
nat 20s, if this nat 20s, Jericho, that has to be the new lore.
Lauda's from a different
Lauda is the-
continent.
Lauda is the Tide Fang reborn.
This campaign's going in a whole different direction if that happens. If that belief spreads.
is survival of any use in this?
Oh, it was so close to that
Yeah,
20.
you could
It
use
really
survival to help
was.
with the navigation.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
You see the coils of the serpent coming out of
Oh
the
my
water,
God.
so helping make the ship maneuver around it.
Yo. Okay.
Some
Nat 20.
phenomenal rolls here.
Hello,
Battening down the
friend. Yeah,
supplies, tying things together to prevent them from getting lost, helping the ship maneuver. Sea serpents are not horribly uncommon in these waters, and a ship like the Tide Hunter is equipped for escaping them. A strange sudden storm like this makes it a bit tougher, but Scophos, Cyrus, Ton, all of you are taken to this fish to water, so to speak. Arias is the only one who seems to be struggling the most at taking care of all of this, but is thankfully starting to get into a rhythm as this time No further coils managed to batter the ship at all. We're moving on to our last round here. The ship's in real good condition still, but only takes 1 or 2 bad rolls to put us out of in a bad spot. So, what are we doing for our final attempts to get out of here?
Jericho, for the supplies, does it look like they're all pretty well tied down, or is there still some floating around on
I
the
mean,
deck?
there's a lot, because a lot of it's like below decks as well. So there's like, you've probably secured the stuff that's on deck to prevent it from going overboard, but all the stuff that's below deck probably needs something to help protect it, since this is getting choppy and rough, to make sure they don't, like, barrels don't shatter crashing into one another into the side of the ship, and make things useless that way. So you could certainly continue to work in that direction.
Yeah, Ton's gonna bolt down into the belly of the ship and see the situation down there and be like, "Oh boy, we can't lose this either."
Yeah,
And so he's
absolutely.
gonna do another athletics check to secure.
Go for it.
Do survival again to steer.
Certainly. Phenomenal. Reyes and Cyrus, what are we thinking?
Probably help with like sails and stuff like that for acrobatics.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to try and, because the wind is whipping around in the storm right now, if you want to try and help maneuver the sails to catch it best, get you out of here. A 16 is an exact success.
Sweet.
I think after kind of getting a rhythm with the rowing, Reyes is going to start kind of shouting to try to get in the same sync with everyone else.
Yeah,
and maybe
absolutely.
Try to command with, I guess, intimidation. Yeah.
Sure.
Performance. Because I'm.
I'd allow
trained now.
performance, because things like rowing songs are definitely not uncommon. Fantastic. Okay. You guys managed to, now everyone in full rhythm, used to what's going on, not necessarily thrown off and terrified anymore. Keep the ship going. It doesn't look like the serpent really chases you guys. After you sort of get past its head, it does sort of a symbolic follow after before very much dips back below the water and vanishes out of sight. Of course, the ship does not slow down at this sight, because who knows if it's just following out of sight. But after another 20-30 minutes of rowing like a bat out of hell, the storm calms slightly, and there is no further sign of the sea serpent. The ship itself has sustained only minor damages, maybe to the vessel below the waterline. Nothing to really put it at risk, though. No supplies were lost. Quite frankly, the ship's in about as good of a condition as it could be in. As you guys continue on, and as the storm begins to fully abate, people begin to rest and relax. Someone up in the crow's nest calls down, and through sort of a mist that was kicked up as the storm calmed, an island comes into view. Lush green landscape, rocky bluffs sort of rising along the eastern side of the island that you're approaching, stretching and encircling the northern tip of it. Towards the center of the island, the rolling forested hills turn to mountains. You see an area where a creek, maybe a bit swollen with runoff, flows out to the shallows of the ocean. Uh-oh.
Oh, Oh no, did his power go out again?
His power go out again?
Oh,
Damn you, Tide Fang.
Uh-oh. My description of the island was just too heart-wrenching. Oh,
okay.
he's back. You can't hear
back.
you. Oh, there you go.
It was not power. Something was. How about now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took a moment to catch up, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah. It was wigging out on me.
Okay. Well, glad we still got you here.
Last thing I heard was Lush Island.
Cool. Lush Island. Was just doing a base description of it. Rocky bluffs, rolling hills that turn to mountains near the center, a creek that flows out into the ocean, curving from the interior of the island. Around the southern end of the island is a section that looks to be maybe a bit sheltered by the cliffs, with a little bit of beach, and then trees and shrubs past that into the island interior. The air carrying this fresh sort of tang of salt in it as seabirds circle overhead, and Yasminai points in the direction of that beach. We'll make our landing there. Everyone, thank you for dealing with that situation so well. Find safety there, hopefully. The ship continues on towards the island of Euphrae, heading towards sort of the southeastern side of things. And I'm going to bring us onto a bit of a map of the island, about maybe 25 square miles, not anything particularly large, but as the ship heads up and docks on the beach, people begin getting down, pulling out a number of supplies and setting up sort of a campsite on the beach. Most of the different teams all sort of come together in one big group here. So Dikaios, Fel, Sapple, their squads of 3 or 4, as well as yourselves, as Yasminai and her crew sort of set up the campsite at the moment. At this point, it's getting a bit later in the afternoon, so maybe not best to do any deep exploration today, but as you guys all gather together, people kind of turn to you guys. Fel will probably be the first one to speak up. Well, we've got some, most of us have experience exploring and whatnot, but, I mean, you guys seem to have a pretty good hand on things as well, and some solid experience. We figure we'll put you guys in charge of sort of determining, what group goes and explores where. We've got supplies for everyone for a couple of days at least, about a little under 2 weeks, Yasminai told us, so I figure that's enough for everyone to do a pretty deep exploration of the island here. But, I mean, if you guys don't want that sort of in-charge role, by no means we won't make you to take it, but just figure that'd probably be easiest.
Suppose we could do that. I mean, Cyrus here, she is extremely good at stuff like this.
Oh, you are? I thought you were more of a merchant.
I am.
Ton his ears kind of flicker a little bit.
Right, well,
Kind of turns.
You win one game and people expect you to be in charge. Gosh.
I mean, if you guys don't want to be in charge, one of us can be in charge.
hopefully.
But you
I'm
guys...
just cracking a joke.
Oh, okay, well, I was too.
How many exploring groups are there? 4, you said?
4 total, including yourselves. Theoretically, mechanically, the way we'll treat this is, as you can see, we've got a bit of a hex map here, so we'll treat it somewhat as hexploration, but relatively simple hexploration. In that we're not really going to consider travel time, because this island's relatively small. Each of those hexes may be about 1.5 miles across, so it's mostly using reconnoiter in each hex. You would have enough time to get to a hex you wish to explore and back to camp with a full reconnoiter or do something there in one day without issue. Of these 4 teams, one of them should realistically remain at the beach camp every day to basically be keeping watch, taking what we would consider the fortify camp activity for hexploration. But then you guys can sort of determine what group is going to reconnoiter which hex each day. Of course, there's no guarantee each other team will find things, so you guys may wish to go out and search and reconnoiter things the other teams have searched, but they may find things as well that will cause interesting situations. So,
Gotcha.
General supplies, you've got 12 days worth here for everyone. Should this exploration take longer than that, you'll probably need to keep one team focusing on subsisting each day to feed everyone as well. So,
Gotcha.
if for some reason you take like near 2 weeks, you'll get one fewer team at that point to focus on feeding everyone. But it is late afternoon as you guys have arrived here and setting up camp and whatnot. Are there any things people would like to do in the evening now that you've arrived before you begin setting out on the morrow to explore the island in earnest?
Is there a ballista being set up in camp by, what's her name?
No, it's on the ship. Because it was also like, you were building a prototype of it.
Was this the one that shot exploding ammunition?
No, this is one that is designed to shoot about 5 bolts at once. That's the idea behind it, at least.
We're going for the shotgun ballista.
It's more like, what if we could stack 5 bolts on top of one another with a separate line for each of them, and one trigger released all of them.
We're going for the Zora Magdaros encounter, guys.
Yes. The issue is that most of the time, most of these tests have just caused the entire ballista to explode when firing it, as the entire thing shatters. So you were helping put together what was probably like version 9 of the prototype.
Is there still sunlight right now? Or?
At this point, yeah, sunlight's beginning to wane, but there is still some. It would be considered like dinner time.
Okay,
From
so
our vantage point, is there like can we see the tallest point of this island?
You could see it when you were off the island. From here, you can probably begin to see it. The island turns to mountains in the center. And then sort of forest and hills along the western and southern edge. The entire eastern and northern side is like rocky bluffs and cliffs overlooking the ocean. So the mountain, definitely the highest point, but then the entire eastern side is just generally raised above most other areas. You're kind of at a low point right now.
What were you
I
saying?
was gonna say that it hit the meteorite. It hit right here, and then it just went all the way like that and stopped right there.
No, those are the mountains.
Damn it!
Good try.
Do we see any smoke or something rising into the air?
Yeah, I'll say anyone who wants to can give me a perception check as you were approaching the island to see if you noticed anything. Okay. No, none of you saw anything. Ton, you saw like what looked to be birds circling around the island from the distance you guys were at, but no smoke or anything. There was sort of a
Okay.
like mist still covering the water as you guys were approaching because you had just come out of a pretty bad storm. So you didn't necessarily have amazing visual on the island as you approached, but you're pretty confident there wasn't like actively rising smoke somewhere.
Uh, so the camp is set up. We're not going to be able to explore anything today because we just landed.
Mhm.
Um, is there like is this camp set up like a traditional Greco-Roman exploration camp? Like there's a perimeter, you got the camps in two formations, the commander's tent at the head of it, the
No,
fires in the middle. No? Okay.
no, this is like people just kind of set up their camps, their tents wherever they wanted to. There's like a dining table that's been set out, a fire pit near the water. Um, it's kind of haphazard.
So this is a very much, hey, we're here together, but we're doing our own thing when it comes to sleeping arrangements.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. People just set up their stuff. Like, nothing's far from one another. And there are people that are going to be on watch at night. You guys will probably take some watches yourselves. But it's not like militaristic in any way. It is, yeah, let adventurers do their own thing. You sleep however you're going to be comfortable.
Is there
Feel free
a,
not to.
a
Oh, go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna ask if there's a dock or they're kind
No.
of just in having
The
like
ship
an
is
anchor
anchored
shallow
out in the water still, and you guys took like a longboat or two to get here, ferrying the supplies back and forth. Scophos?
Yeah, feel free not to answer this, but is a hex like this
Sorry.
explorable? Like where it's just a tiny bit of land in there?
One more time. Sorry, I was on a different map.
Like this hex here has just like a little bit of land on it.
That one you can probably be reasonably confident you don't need to search.
Okay.
I'd say like if you've got most of the stuff is going to be inland. If you've got like half of the land on the hex, might be worth exploring. Might be.
Okay.
Not every hex is going to have something as well.
Yeah. Do I have any idea where the attack took place?
No, they just told you it was on the island. But you know, generally, not many people come to this island in the first place. It is uninhabited. And so, for news to get back, it was probably somewhere near the edge of the island. Probably not super far inland.
Okay.
So,
All right, well,
any other things people would like to do tonight?
I will just go to the captain and be like, well, I apologize for jinxing things earlier with my questions right
That's
before
fine.
the incident, but good job on your handling of it.
Thanks.
Quite impressive.
If I didn't, we'd all be dead, so... Not really
Exactly. So,
sure I called it a
my
good job, just a
gratitude.
job. I mean, you did your part. It's not
I'll
like you were
assume
just
you were
a
looking
passenger.
elsewhere and not paying close
no, I was
attention
watching.
because,
I saw everything. But everyone learns, everyone tries. You should have seen Cyrus when she first signed on. It was
Oh, yes.
bad. It was real bad. Today was, like, solid work, impressive, but back then, more
Yeah,
than
we don't
once.
need to talk about that.
How many times did we prevent you from going over the edge of the ship? Remind me.
None.
Hmm. She just gives you a wink, Arias.
None.
None. Not once. But things happen. The ocean is not an inherently safe place to be, so no need for thanks or gratitude. Everyone does their part.
All right. Uh. Well, there's not much we can do today, aside from rest up. How did the supplies look, Captain?
Oh, supplies look great. Everything's in tip-top shape. Got nearly
Okay,
2
now
weeks worth of provisions, so unless we're planning on staying here for a while, then should have more than enough to last us the journey.
Jericho, when I rushed down below deck, was it waterlogged? Okay.
No. You guys were reacting quickly enough and rolling well enough that truly none of the supplies are damaged or lost. You guys would have needed multiple failures to lose supplies.
Probably
Okay.
ask the captain how many days can we stretch it if 2 of the teams were fed from other sources.
Like if they were looking to gather food on the
Not
island
training.
itself.
Theoretically, yes.
You could probably stretch it another 4 days or so, but probably wouldn't make them happy.
Well, I mean, they don't have to go hunting for the food. We have a method of.
We've
feeding
got
people.
olives.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got olives. Captain's just looking at us like, what the fuck?
We're holding on to Dintolneon's olives, you know?
Cyrus, you... I'm so sorry for what's happened to you these years.
What do
I'm
you
gonna
mean?
go a bit away from camp and plant the olive tree.
You're gonna plant an olive tree, fantastic.
Sorry,
'Cause
Dintonios.
Dan the Mans.
Hell
I think it
yeah.
gives 8 olives.
I
if
think
fill
it does, so
people up.
that would feed a full two groups. Which, yeah,
Everywhere we go, we must plant an olive tree.
we'll say that'll give you guys an extra, we'll say 4 or 5 days, so you've got 16, 17 days of supplies if you're going to do the olive tree daily. Little grove of olive trees on the beach here. All right. Any other things people would like to do today, this evening, after
We
eating?
sit around the fire and plan what we want to do.
Certainly.
Do they have a map of this place? Like, not like
No.
not even just a rough drawing of it. Okay.
Like, I'd say this is about the best you've got. What's shown
Okay.
on
So we have
screen right
something
now.
like something
Yeah.
like this. Okay.
There's a slight topographical map of the island, but nothing on it marked or anything, just like something
Yeah, that's what I
cartographers have drawn.
Ton wants to go talk with what's her name?
Fel?
No, the not Medusa.
Lakoya?
Vowels.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
Give me a moment. Let me get to my Bailax map. I've got too many maps. Sorry, Vakloia. Vakloia.
Okay.
Vakloia.
And what was her ancestry again?
She is a steno.
Steno. Stheno, I think.
Yes.
STHAN.
ENO.
ENO. STHENO.
STHENO.
All right.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yes.
No. In parentheses, not Medusae.
No.
Inventor. Okay.
Specifically, her job is a carpenter, but She just likes making things. Well, everyone eventually heads to sleep. Who do you guys want on watch tonight? You want your team taking watch or one of the other teams taking watch tonight?
I mean,
I say we take first watch.
yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I think
Mhm.
Scott was to make the suggestion that like our team tomorrow goes here first. Just top point, look around the entire island from there.
All the way
The
up
other
where?
3 teams, like, go to this hex and
Sure.
climb the mountain and look around. And the other 3 teams just clear out near beach camp. I don't know. Because if there are any threats in those hexes, we don't want them that close to camp.
All
I
right.
don't like that laugh.
But he's open to other ideas as well.
Well, remember, you got 3 other teams. One has to remain at beach camp every day.
Oh, that's right.
So you guys really only have
Yeah.
2 other teams to do
Two
exploration.
closest.
So this hex and this hex.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we could go.
And you
further
guys just go
inland.
deep inland. That was
Well,
that's
I mean,
what was making me laugh.
I really do think getting a high point and looking around the entire island would be helpful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Certainly interesting.
is there a
Alright.
counterpoint?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Agreed.
What is our watch order for tonight going to be then?
Con will take first watch.
Oh yeah, I'll go second. It's fine.
Cyrus will take last because no dark vision.
Okay.
Do we want to do 4 or just
4 would be good.
okay? Then I can take third. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me those perception checks.
Whatever you do, don't mess with a weird relic you find in a crypt. And then go unconscious.
What do you mean? That's my favorite thing to do.
Especially when you're working by yourself.
I thought that was an Indiana Jones reference.
What do you mean?
I think your lantern's gonna come in handy now.
Those are some interesting
Oh, you know.
rolls.
I rolled it without the lantern
That's fine.
bonus.
All good. You didn't roll well anyways.
All good. It doesn't affect in that one.
As per usual, Ton with the worst perception check. Sorry, bud. We'll get you a good perception one day.
One day.
No, your total was what multiple other people rolled on their die. Which is just is funny.
Can you tell me if I at least rolled a natural 1?
You did not.
Okay.
The night passes, though, as you all take turn around the fire, doing a bit of like pacing at the outskirts of camp, checking for anything else, and the night passes with relative peace. No creatures come to attack you. Nothing out of the ordinary is seen or heard. The night passes safely, and everyone wakes up rested and ready to explore.
Okay.
So,
Let's do this.
all right. I feel like I could do something like fun here if we do like, I don't know, give Red to start and do. Drop that to like 5 size. That's tiny but hilarious. So we're gonna do like little boxes like this so we know who's searched what hex.
It's a good idea.
So, if any of these colors are too jarring on the eyes, please let me know, and I can do some switching.
So each of them are leading their own group?
Yes. Ooh, that
Okay.
is probably not great for that text size. That's better. And then we will do the party reconnoitered as well. Set that to like lime ass green.
I was gonna say, give us gold.
No. So this way we can keep track of who's searched what as this exploration goes on. So for the first day, you guys were considering reconnoitering this hex, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
And who would you like searching the other hexes?
Is there any mechanics behind them? Like
Uh,
one of them built something in others? Or...
they do all have the same modifier to check.
Okay. So.
Realistically,
well then-
they're all effectively the same, but we're doing this for flavor. Who do you hate the most? And also to
Well,
be like, you
Fel-
could send Dikaios to search this hex, and you couldn't have Dikaios reconnoiter that one again, but you could have like Fel or Sapple reconnoiter that hex as well on another day.
All right, here's an idea. Let's have Dikaios do the top one, Fel do the bottom one, and Sapil remain at the beach this time.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone all good with that?
Yep.
Alrighty. Then, again, we're not forcing everyone to do the travel exploration activity because this island is not large enough, but we are going to do the general group reconnoiter role in the hex you guys go to. So, as you guys head sort of deep inland, climbing up alongside the mountains and through the forests as the ground rises above the ocean to the east, who do you want to be the person making the perception check for reconnaissance?
Probably.
Not me. It's not me. My perception
That's
checks
the best
suck.
description, right?
Yeah, my
Scavos has the
perception's pretty
highest
bad.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense with the wisdom
So I'll
character.
roll it. I'll roll it.
Okay.
Or do they aid in that? Or what? I forget how this works.
Exploration's so fucking janky. Because theoretically, like, there are things that don't require a check to find, and then there can be hidden things that require a check to find. Theoretically, everyone else would be potentially doing their own exploration activity. This is a group exploration activity. Everyone is theoretically working together on this one thing, is what it is. So
what I'm hearing is he gets cooperative nature.
no.
Damn.
I am going to. We're just generally going to do one roll for the area, because again, there are things that can be found without rolling, and there are things that need rolling to find. As you make your way up to this stretch of land, the western half of the island has sort of the beginnings of the sloping mountains, but is also just extraordinarily densely forest, with a bit of rocky beach along the eastern area, up on this large bluff overlooking the ocean. Very gorgeous view today. The weather is clear and delightful, and you can see the ocean and the miles with the island of Bailax off in the distance. As you all are making your way through the forest, Scaphos, you notice you're not alone in this area. of the forest.
Oh.
There is a distance ahead of you, a bit of a faint rustle through the trees and the undergrowth.
He'll do the tried and true, like everybody stop
Everybody stop.
symbol. And then whisper, "There's something up ahead, rustling in the trees."
I'm realizing now I had an SFX for a meteor streaking by, and I never played it, so... Whoops. I'm lame.
No.
Okay. It's not that loud.
What in the B movie horror sound effect was that?
Yeah, I've got crowd booing and cheering as well that I could have used during the competition. Actually, I remember that because anytime if you had ever failed a deception check to feast, I was going to play the boo sound effect. The booing.
Yeah, good thing I never lose.
Uh-huh. Your roles beg to differ sometimes. But in this instant, Scophos has given a signal to everyone to hold for a moment.
Okay.
A creature steps out from the forest ahead of you. What could the creature be? But a deer. A quite large, majestic deer. Fur of white with sort of fading to tips of dappled reds and browns, golden horns adorning its head, and metallic hooves. As it steps out of the trees ahead of you and regards you all, sniffs the air delicately for a moment, and inclines its head, sort of as one would do when asking a question.
On will nod his head back. Hello.
Doesn't
Oh.
Deer.
Oh,
deer.
that's... Oh, we're here looking for the stone from the sky.
If you'd like...
Sarah's gonna whisper to the others,
Yeah.
like, is he okay?
Ton immediately tries talking to the deer.
What were you
Which,
gonna say? I can...
To be fair, that is not a normal deer. It might be able to.
for
understand
reference, looks something like this.
Oh yeah, that's not a normal deer.
What do you mean? Golden horns and hooves? That's a normal-ass deer if I've ever seen one.
No, it's not.
Yes, you know about creatures. What is this thing?
Do I
Jericho,
know?
could I do a recall knowledge to see if I recognize it?
Same.
You may.
Yeah, I would like to do the
Nature.
same.
This would be an instance that legendary beast lore works quite well. I will say
sizzle is
this.
gonna come in clutch here.
Before everyone does some rolls, this thing might not linger long, so if you focus on thinking about what it is, it may leave before you do anything. So we've already got 2 people that have rolled recall knowledge. What if the other 2 want to roll recall knowledge? They certainly may, but if you have other things you'd like to do, you also may.
Then
Do we have
I'll
any olives we can
continue.
offer it?
Then I'll
I don't know,
continue
I'm just-
on with my attempts to communicate with it.
Certainly. Give me a nature check.
You gonna try to
Cyrus.
feed the deer a race?
Well, I'm just thinking of how we could get it to
Um,
stick around. I
Hmm.
don't know if that would work.
I'm trying to think of what I could do.
Do you?
I guess, Scophos, you don't have a spell to communicate with it.
Oh, I didn't do my prep this morning.
Oh.
maybe.
Oops.
What spirits do we get today? Ooh.
And
No, they're back.
that's so good to have for this.
And Thosa's back.
Ooh, protector tree.
Yes.
The damn protector tree. What you doing, Cyrus?
So I don't have hunting lore anymore.
Is
so that
there?
might... Go ahead.
Is there a way I'd be able to figure out how to get it to like stay here?
Yeah, general nature. If you want to try and like befriend it a little bit, because I don't believe you have something like animal empathy, even as a beast master.
It's more of like in the sense of like if it tries to run away, how do we catch it?
Give me nature.
Okay.
Sort of piling on what Ton does to just talk nicely to it.
Barbarian's is the Dr. Doolittle of the group.
Is this public or?
This is public.
Okay. Okay.
Not bad. Okay.
No.
Scophos and Aureus. That's a deer.
Oh.
It's got golden horns. It's got golden hooves. That's a deer. Maybe something funky's happened to it, but you've got no clue. But Ton and Cyrus, as you both act friendly towards the deer, it sort of lingers for a moment. It does not respond to you at all, Cyrus, Ton, nor your cat. But it does sort of wave its head a little bit, almost in what you would interpret like a beckoning manner, and then sort of turns around, looks over its shoulder at you guys, and begins to bound away.
We follow it.
Yeah, we follow it.
Okay. You guys attempt to follow this strange deer. We're moving into a chase because this thing is fast as hell, and you got to catch up to it, or at least somewhat keep up with it. So as this deer bounds into the forest so rapidly, it leaves only the snapping of broken twigs in its wake, and you all begin rushing to catch up to it. I'm going to need people to give me either acrobatics to directly chase, survival to try and follow and pick up the trail, or hunting lore. As a group, you guys need 2 successes on this.
Well, we all know what I'm doing. Athletics. You said athletics, right?
I said acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. Acrobatics
Are we
is 10.
Lord.
Are we in
Before I
mountainous
remembered
terrain?
that shit.
I know, it was a tragedy. What
I'll do
arrays?
survival.
Okay.
Oh, I said, are we in mountainous terrain? Would you say?
You are in forest terrain right now.
Okay.
Ton and Cyrus, both of you fail.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I'm gonna re-roll with a hero point.
I'm gonna re-roll this as well.
Yeah, that is a failure across the board for you guys. Ton, hero points into a success, and Scophos
I'm
also
trying to find my acrobatics
points.
check. There it is.
into a success. Okay, you can hero point as well. Fantastic. You also hero point into a crit success for yourself. We love excess hero point usage, my favorite. As you guys begin chasing through the wood after this beautiful deer. Again, I say, that's a deer. The 2 of you who looked at that thing and scratched your head for a moment are pretty damn confident that's just a funny deer. those of you who have not rolled a recall knowledge, if at any point you want to give up on making a roll in a chase round here to make a recall knowledge yourself, you certainly may. But as you guys follow after this deer, chasing afterwards, you continue dashing through the forest, chasing after it, and approach a fast-moving creek. That creek you saw spilling out into the ocean, now that you get close to it, is quite fast-moving, quite rocky, and this deer barely pauses as it approaches before effortlessly leaping over it, several body lengths to the far side. So, as you all rush to this creek as well and need to get over it, we're looking at things like athletics, if you just want to leap that shit, crafting, if building a bridge is in your blood, something like nature, maybe to spot a narrower point to cross. You guys need 3 successes on this chase round.
Well, now that I can use athletics, you're going to see Ton attempt to bound over it.
I thought you were going to say, now that I can
Yes,
use
maybe.
athletics, I'm going to roll nature.
Take a
18
run.
is an exact success on this Ton for athletics.
All right.
I will also athletics, I think.
Sure.
Oh,
And
Reyes is struggling today so hard.
Horace, what happened?
I'll hero point.
Yeah, Cyrus with a success on nature check with a crit fail from Scophos getting hero pointed
no.
into just barely
Scophos.
failure.
Oh,
Reyes, do you have a hero point left?
No.
Can I give her my last hero point?
No.
Okay.
Because again, you guys have multiple days here. It's not like missing this is necessarily the only chance. But
Yeah, it's just a normal deer anyway.
it's a normal deer anyways. Nothing wrong with it.
Although I will like to add, I just remembered I do have dubious knowledge.
Which is... I always get that shit wrong. Is that the
yeah, it's kinda
one
weird.
piece of accurate, one incorrect?
Yeah.
Fuck!
When you fail. Although if I critically failed, I don't think it helps.
Your roll was pretty bad.
Jericho's like, I hate that feat.
So
I should have said it earlier. I forgot, but
theoretically, if you were going off of nature, you critically failed, but you have esoteric lore and can roll recall knowledge at a heightened DC off of it, which is just a regular failure. This is a deer. But you feel like you are aware of tales in Iblydos of special deer that can guide people through dangerous environments. But that's also just a deer.
Okay, I think we know
I think
which
it's a
one's
very,
the fib.
very friendly deer.
It's a
It's just
friendly
a very
deer.
friendly and intelligent.
Very clearly had some
White-tailed deer.
intelligence. In this moment, though, only Ton and Cyrus managed to ford the river quickly enough. Unfortunately, though, in taking a moment to try and help Arias and Scophos get across the water, by the time you're all across, the deer is out of sight and gone. Oof.
Shame.
Damn.
It.
all.
2.
Hell!
Yeah!
But after you guys all sort of pick yourselves back up after that, because you saw this deer and like 10 seconds later decided to chase it. But once it's gone out of sight and you guys have a moment to sort of pick yourselves back up, think about what was happened, I will say Ton and Cyrus, as our two who did not roll recall knowledges, if you would like to do so now to see if you recognize what this creature may have been, you are welcome to do so.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Yes. It's strange that the one non-native Iblydosi is the one to recognize the semi-mythical Iblydosi creature, but perhaps chalk it up to Ton's recent curiosity and willingness to ask questions that others may not. But in your days in Bailax, especially when you were up at the Acropolis just chatting with people there, getting a sense of what's going on, you remember learning about Iblyden Hinds, an unusual breed of cervid that are closer to the size of like a moose than your average deer, with hooves formed of bronze and antlers of pure gold, known for exceptional speed and agility as well as their intelligence. There's some debate behind their origins. Some think they're first world creatures that came from some long ago planar breach, maybe during Earthfall. Others think that they were purposefully bred by ancient druidic circles, their purpose lost to time. But they are symbols of Iblyden culture, with various superstitions around them. The most recurrent element, though, is for an Iblyden Hind to lead a hero god to the correct path when they become lost, to lead figures, guide heroes through dangerous landscapes, oftentimes at great speed. But they are near sacred animals to Iblydos.
Okay.
Or everybody else. That's one of them deer, isn't it? We should follow
Yes,
it.
that is a
We should
deer.
Oh, no. It's one of those sacred ones that guide the hero gods on their
For
path to becoming hero gods.
This is one of the things that most caught your attention when you learned about them. They can breathe fire.
I'm sorry,
and
what?
they can breathe fire.
So
And I try to pick up the trail.
at
not.
this case, probably not. Their base speed is 50 feet. They are extraordinarily quick.
Well, we can always travel in the direction that we saw it last go.
You could. If you continue trying to follow that, I'll tell you this, it'll lead you out of your hex that you were in the midst of reconnoitering.
All right, what hex will it lead us into?
It was heading northwest.
So to this hex. All right, well, we can always reconnoiter this one, and then on the morrow, go into that one.
Yeah.
I think it's important to follow it on similar, like soon after seeing it.
Yeah, when you guys, when Ton mentions what these things are, the rest of you who are natives are like, of course it's a hind. I've heard stories about them, but you've never actually seen one in person, so perhaps that's why it didn't come to your, head, because you always thought those were like
So we're
bedtime
not hero
stories.
gods.
You are well aware, though, they are extraordinarily rare and elusive. Slaying one is banned in every city-state. Punishable by exile or perhaps even death, depending on the crime. Common punishment for poachers is trial by fire, where if they survive the flames, they get exiled. If they don't, well, that's their punishment. So, level 4 deer with the ability to breathe fire. I love these creatures. They're so goofy.
No monster parts.
No,
I
we're
mean,
not.
I'm just
We're
kidding.
not. We're not killing this.
you could, but I'd not
Now,
recommend
maybe-
it.
Now, maybe if it was like undead and breathing void energy, then we could kill it. Half
If it
incorporeal,
was an
screaming
evil
for
one.
help. Yeah, there's an evil one somewhere. We can kill that one.
No, these are pure beasts of sacred descent.
The sacred beasts!
You guys spend the rest of the afternoon sort of finishing up your reconnoitering of this hex. Nothing else of real major interest or uniqueness comes to your attention.
Can we get to a high point and look around the island?
What are you searching for with that?
Meteor.
Mainly, like, yeah, signs of a meteor landing or smoke coming from somewhere.
You don't
Just
find
to give
any
us a better
smoke or
idea.
anything.
Okay.
I'm going to say generally, because the focus is sort of whole hex exploration, you don't find anything that seems super out of the ordinary. This place is very dense forest and jungle. So finding something like that might be a bit challenging just being above the tree line. Especially because you're pretty confident something was strange about that meteor and how it's interacting with Iblydos as a whole. So,
Yeah.
something's funky. As you guys head back and meet up with everyone, there are results from the other teams. Unfortunately, Dikaios' crew did not find anything in their hex. Fell's crew, though, came across some ruins of what seems to be what was once a small settlement dotting the coastline. Fell mentions they came up to it. Some of the buildings looked like they might have been homes. One looked like, didn't get too close, it looked like it had a tavern sign maybe, but there were some crabs there. Big crabs that when we tried to approach, they, quick little fuckers, didn't take kindly to our approach, so we decided to back off for the moment. They were picking meat off of dolphin bones when we approached. I'm able to, recognize dolphin bones, but definitely something funky about them, so decided we'd come back and report it before doing anything too much about them or trying to engage them in any way.
Makes sense.
Might be worth a look.
How large are we speaking about?
Sorry, I feel like I really need to sneeze all of a sudden. Quite large. Nearly, like, if we consider, I'd say maybe 4 feet long. Pincers larger than our heads.
Oh.
Giant would be the term I would generally use to describe them. But that's in regards to them being crabs, so... Yeah.
How many squares, do you know?
I could fit them in a 5 foot by 5 foot square. She would be describing medium-sized creatures. For mechanical terms, but crabs. Queek,
You're not coming
your
through.
mic. Good try. Good try.
Two things. One, were they hermit crabs or were they regular crabs?
Crabs. Big ass crabs.
Yeah. And I need to go.
Yes, we are going to end off here as you guys finish your first day of exploration, finding some things, learning some things going on here, but your general goal moving forward, explore Euphrae, find out what the hell happened to the meteor and what's going on with it. Let's thank you all so much for playing. I do so hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next week to continue our exploration of this place.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So, have a good one, everyone.
Have a good
See
one.
you all next week.